Welcome back. President Biden is in Berlin this morning, where at this moment he's meeting with Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Moments ago, he received a warm welcome from Germany's president, who thanked him for his leadership during Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He called it a, quote, historical stroke of good fortune to have Biden in the White House during that invasion. Speaking this morning, President Biden called on allies to continue their support of Ukraine.
We had a very difficult winter. We cannot let up. We must sustain our support. In my view, we must keep going until Ukraine wins a just and durable peace.
CBS News White House reporter Willie James Inman continues to travel with the president. You see him there joining us from Berlin, hoping that you get to enjoy the city separate from work. But we heard there strong words of support for Ukraine from the president this morning. I'm wondering how he's using this trip to sustain that support for Ukraine.
Hey there, Errol. Good to be with you. Well, President Biden is not only meeting with German leaders, he's also meeting with the leaders of the United Kingdom and France as well. And that's where he will discuss this continued support for Ukraine. And the leaders will talk about how they're going to come up with this plan to give Ukraine a $50 billion loan by the end of this year. The reason why that's a little bit complicated is because there's a lot of red tape involved in that process. They're essentially using this loan that will be backed by seized Russian assets. So the Europeans are concerned about how they go about doing that. This is a time for the president to be on the world stage, and this is likely his final trip to Europe because he, of course, will serve out the remainder of his term. We do anticipate he'll have some other travel, a planned trip to Angola, for instance. That was supposed to happen after the conclusion of his German trip that was scheduled for last week, but that was scuttled because of Hurricane Milton. But the president using this trip not only to thank German leaders for their continued support of Ukraine. Germany is second in line in terms of giving that financial assistance, that military assistance. Of course, the United States is first in the majority of those contributions. But the president using this trip to call about defending democracy, to say that Germany is holding the line, the United States is holding the line, and that we cannot let democracy such as Ukraine fall in the hands of the Russians. Errol.
Now, the president was aboard Air Force One when the news emerged that Israel had killed Yahya Sinwar. We know the president spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. What details emerged from that call?
Yeah, we know that the two leaders spoke, and the president said that this is a time for Israel to bring the hostages back home, and also a time where the United States and other partners of Israel can look towards peace, that they can bring an end to this conflict in Gaza following Sinwar's death. Now, the White House was quick to send out a statement from the president. We got a paper statement first, and then we heard from him on the tarmac last night where he talked about that call. And he just spoke about it moments ago when the German chancellor and the president gave remarks. He called this essentially a victory for the entire world. Of course, they're focusing on Israel as well. A lot of blood on the hands of Sinwar and bloods of Americans, of Israelis and others, the president mentioned in his statement. So no love lost with the death of Sinwar, and the president saying that he can bring about peace. And he will actually dispatch his Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, to Israel in the coming days to help with that effort, Errol.
All right, Willie James, thanks very much. Enjoy your